Welcome to Red Panda Podcast, where we shoot the shit for a while. Today we're talking about MAGFest 2016. I am Pedrock. With me is
Nelson the Afrobot.
And we have special guests today. We have the handsome Adonis, Alex.
Hello.
We have the whimsical siren, Rachel.
Hi!
We have Alex, the Randy Gamer, aka Randy.
Hello, it's me.
And the Interactive Entertainment Friends representative, Paul, the Snake Charmer.
Hi, I have two snakes.
So today we're going to be going over MAGFest 2016, and to start us off, we're going to discuss the timeline of MAGFest. I mean, MAGFest is a 4-day event starting Thursday, ending Sunday, but things start even before then, and we were there, me and Randy were there starting Tuesday. We were there Wednesday, and then Thursday, Alex and Paul, you guys arrived. Rachel, you got there Friday, and then Saturday was really the culmination because it's what most things were going on at MAGFest. And Sunday was the wind down, pack up, and leave. Yeah. So, yes. So let's start with people's pre-MAGFest ritual. For me, it was Tuesday, a group from Michigan or Chicago, Shoryuken, held a tournament for Street Fighter V, so we attended that. We won. Our represented Red Panda Party, got some MAGFest swag and MAGBucks, which is the MAGFest currency.
And we met the composer.
And we met the composer for Street Fighter V and got a little quick picture with him.
Rise up.
And then Wednesday, day 0, we checked in, and even day 0, MAGFest staff is busy setting up, but they already had a chiptune space open. There were people playing and people listening and enjoying, and the tabletop area was open. So getting there a day early was very comfortable. You got in, you checked in, you set up your room, and then you didn't have that stress of, oh, I'm missing out because everything else is going on. No, there's only 1 or 2 things. We get to go check them out, and then we go back to the room, check your provisions. It was a nice, comfortable way of knowing what else you still needed supply-wise, and be able to go out and get it, again, without missing anything. And that ended up being a fun night because we got to start partying earlier, but it made the whole week much more tiring as well.
Yeah.
And so Thursday, Rachel, what was your pre-MAGFest experience like? How did you pre-game for MAGFest?
Well, I had some friends sleep over at my house on Thursday, and some of them had not been before, so we were all really hyped up.
Excited, staying up late?
Yep. And we got a bunch of food because there was no way we were going to pay for the stuff there because it's expensive. So we were getting ramen and a water boiler. And that was pretty much the whole night before.
A college grocery list.
Pretty much. Yep.
You didn't do it in the coffee pot? Yeah.
No. Water boiler.
That's a throwback.
Yeah, poured in.
You put a couple hot dogs
Poured
in.
in.
Alex, what was your pre-MAGFest like?
Didn't do all that much for pre-gaming for it. The vast majority of my prep that I did for the actual event was getting together all of my cosplay material and collaborating with Paul for our actual transportation to the event. He was an angel. He picked me up the day of. It was great. And then, again, most of it was just getting together material, collaborating with a bunch of my separate friend groups that were going to be going to the event as well, and trying to establish where people were going to be rooming when they were going to be getting there, trying to figure out how I was going to be able to see everybody. So it was more along the lines of just setting up a schedule that I could follow in order to actually find some time to spend time with all my favorite people.
So it seems like you were the most organized out of all of us going into MAGFest.
For once. No, it's just this time around, I've over the past year, I've been getting into a lot more friend groups and gaming groups down in DC, particularly a bunch of gay tabletop gamers. Ooh. And stuff like that. And so 3 of those separate groups were attending MAGFest at the same time. And so I had to split my time up between the people in my room and those groups that were going, and then the rest of the necropolis, and so it was quite a bit of fun being able to do it with that. But in terms of pre-gaming, mostly just making sure everything was good to go by the time that we got there.
Got it. Paul, how was your pre-MAGFest preparations like?
For my pre-MAGFest, I wanted to make sure that I was prepared. Because every time I go to MAGFest, I feel like I don't have enough things to keep me interested. Like, I didn't bring this food. I didn't bring this drink. I didn't bring enough toys. So this time, I went to the dollar store, Dollar Tree specifically, with my good friend Randy. And we went and found just some toys, little stupid things that are great to put in the room for someone's visiting your room and they see that you have a pack of WrestleMania cards. Like, where did those cards come from? But it's there. It's a thing to point out, look, there's John Cena. Like, it's just a little thing to get excited about. So that was fun. And I also made sure to bring my own alcohol because you can rely on your friends.
That amen.
You can always rely on your friends, but you should have a backup. And I also liked sharing it with people. Basically, I got a 1.75 liter thing of soju. And soju goes real quick, so I recommend getting 2 1.75 liter things of soju.
That's $32.
In the future.
$32. That's $35 including tax.
It's worth it. So this time, I basically brought enough toys. I made a big packing list. I just brought as many things as I thought I needed and a little bit extra, and it worked out really well. I also brought a Kigurumi. I was Umbreon, and it was very cozy. It was a lot of fun. I did a little cosplaying. So I recommend you just bring anything and everything.
Yep, you want to have some trinkets, something to interact with other people. Like you said, if people visit, it's a nice topic to talk about. It's a good way to interact with others. And, having your own alcohol supply is always great for being able to contribute. If you contribute and you have something to offer, people are more... You're not a leech.
Yeah.
And people are more...
Can we talk about her?
Oh,
no, that's
redacted.
That's 2015. I didn't see her.
New year. New year. New person, new year.
And this is only applying to people who are 21 plus. Thank you very much.
That's true. All right, Randy, so you went with Paul to get trinkets, but how was the rest of your pre-MAGFest preparations?
I did a lot of early packing to make sure that everything was on lock. And I also had to do some of the video game challenges too. Like, I was the rock gym leader at the MAGFest Pokemon League, so I had to make sure a team was good and competent enough to fight a bunch of people at one time. And,
so you were volunteering to be a gym leader to battle people and give out badges if they beat you. So you had to,
which they didn't.
A few people beat me.
Redacted.
I also spent probably $150 on alcohol this year.
Oh man, big spender.
Yeah, but
it went in and went out.
It went in and it went out. So I made sure that I had an inflatable mattress to use. All my clothes were packed. I don't know. I just packed right. Made sure everything
is key.
Yeah. I packed. Made sure everyone in my room was packed and ready. Made sure everyone's rooms were good and around the same area.
Yep, because actually all of us were in the same room block, but the Gaylord was so packed this year that, and we had several, I think 6 rooms in our block.
Yeah.
It's a little large, so it starts getting segmented, and it's harder to guarantee that everyone's nearby.
And then one of your rooms ends up on the 17th floor.
Well, that's when you arrive late. The whimsical siren.
That's a good
Poor
trick.
Rachel.
For the room blocks, if you're trying to get them on the lower floors, you really need to make sure they all get booked in at the same time.
Yeah, so most of us arrived Wednesday, Thursday, but then Rachel came in Friday, and she was supposed to be in our room block, but by then it was just too full. They couldn't accommodate. But at least she had a good view from the top.
Well, at least she didn't sleep. So she didn't need to go to that room.
It was fine.
Yeah.
Nelson, what was your pre-MAGFest like?
Mine was pretty standard. I tried to pack early, get clothes washed, ready, get my Kigurumi ready, my Red Panda.
Oh, yeah.
I think I wore it
Oh,
once.
and mixes. Gotta get the mix
downloading new music, get my
Needed the
DJ
mix.
gear set up, because that's a highlight.
Highlight is an understatement.
Yeah.
So that it was pretty much just standard fare. I went to Katsucon the week before, so I had a lot of the same stuff.
It was just wash it and put it back in the rinsing place.
Rinse and repeat. And then also a big thing was just getting alcohol ready. Didn't want to run out, so I made sure to get like a reserve bottle, packed away, and then.
Just so our viewers know, alcohol is very integral to the MAGFest.
You may be noticing a trend.
We're not good people, but we are drunk people. This is an important distinction to make between our MAGFest experience and maybe other groups' MAGFest experience.
I mean, you don't have to drink, but I mean,
You have
they
to drink.
say it's music and games, or it's music, alcohol, games.
Yeah.
So
MAG.
MAG.
It's all the same.
So, pre-MAGFest for me was pretty similar. Get packed and get there. I was mostly, since we were checking in a day early, I was just focused about going in. We went super early, 10 a.m., and asked to check in immediately, and we started setting up our room just so that once people got off work, once people started heading over, we could start proper, because I did not expect anything to happen Wednesday night. But again, tabletop was open and going.
Tabletop was popping.
Chiptune's space was popping too, and we ended up checking it out twice. We went, and then we went back to the room, drank a little bit more, went back to Chiptune's.
Hey.
All right. So now, what was everyone's MAGFest daytime like? Because the daytime for MAGFest does vary with the nighttime aspect. So, Rachel, you can start us off. And what did you do during the day at MAGFest?
Oh god, it depends on the day. I have a shitty memory. There was, on Friday when we arrived, it was more taking everybody who hadn't been there before and being like, okay, this is where you can go, don't get lost. And
you went with a lot of first-time people, so how was that?
That was a lot of fun, watching everybody get all excited, and then I was like, yeah, let's all get excited together, it's the best thing ever.
How did they like or dislike the Colossus Roar?
Honestly, nobody really commented much on it. I think they were just giggling oh, that's funny. But I like it, so...
As prevalent this year.
No.
Well, they have the signs that say don't do it beyond
It's
this
becoming
point.
a myth again.
God bless.
That's what
God
I think.
bless.
But in previous years, when it was at the Hyatt, it was the Colossus, or what is the X-Men arcade machine, was at the middle of the hotel, and everybody was crowded around. And whenever Colossus made the roar, so did everyone else. So now it was somewhere in the arcade room, but there's so many rhythm games and noise going on. If people even did it, no one really.
The old guard is dead.
I mean, people just gotta do it in reverse.
Mid-30s, they got kids, they got joint problems.
So does Colossus.
True.
When you're that heavy,
That's right.
it grows on you. What about you, Alex? How was the MAGFest daytime experience?
During the daytime,
You were busy because you were.
I was very busy. So as I mentioned earlier, this year the grand majority of my time was spent running around between the separate groups of people that I had attending. So, what day did we arrive, Paul? Was that Thursday?
Thursday.
Yeah.
Thursday. Thursday was generally a lot of running around and trying to find exactly where everyone was actually located and trying to set up sort of a center, a base sort of that everybody could go back to, whose room was most convenient to get back to, that kind of thing, and then where people were going to be most often and how people were going to be setting up their time and how they're going to be using it.
Establishing home base, establishing channels of communication.
Basically, who was willing
It's a very
to host,
strategic
who
experience.
wasn't willing to host, and just figuring out, again, where everybody was going.
Here, have a room key.
Yeah, basically. And then later on, what was that? Saturday. The most of the daytime was getting up to cosplay, and I spent the grand portion of morning and daytime getting my good friend Bethany, who was in town from Georgia, to do me up in airbrushing techniques so I could put together one of my characters from one of my roleplay activities.
Yeah.
And I was able to stay in character until about God, maybe like 4 or 5 o'clock.
Yep.
It was beautiful.
In the afternoon,
Yeah.
in which case I just started bleeding pink all over the place.
I remember that.
You were a beautiful flower.
I was
Yeah,
a
it
beautiful
was-
zombie flower.
Yeah.
Every time I saw you, it was
It was-
perfect because when we were doing the Eevee cosplay,
yeah, I
you
think-
popped in. I was like, oh my god,
I think
it's
the
beautiful.
best part of that was the black gelatin that
That
she
you had
gave me, that you were
on
able
your
to
teeth.
swish around
Yeah.
in your mouth, so it just made you
Yeah.
like disease
It
and
was
all
so
that.
grody.
So no, that was
Purple
that was a
smile.
good time.
Yeah.
I don't need that stuff.
But
I am diseased.
yeah, how was with that cosplay? Because you had a film on you. We saw you tearing it off, like once you started to
Yeah,
take it
so
off.
a lot of what Bethany does is with liquid latex,
Mm.
and or she shreds cotton balls and then she layers that on. And so what she'll do is she will apply an adhesive to your face in a particular pattern that she wants to mirror, and then she'll tear up cotton balls, and then she'll kind of arrange those in a particular fashion. So to suggest, she does a lot of gore makeup, that
Mhm.
kind of thing. To suggest twisted flesh, that kind of thing. She does a lot of bullet wounds, like stab wounds, that kind of thing. And so she does that, and then she does multiple layers of airbrush paint in order to establish the actual bruising color and the open sore kind of look. This was different for her because this, while it was pseudo gross, it was supposed to look like vines and flowers beneath the skin kind of bursting out through it. It wasn't her particular thing, so all she did was just do this rather interesting reddish purple black color scheme all over the face, and just made the area with the encroaching growth underneath the skin a much darker, much more vibrant red color wherever it broke out of the skin. And then I had all of my other prosthetics to go along with that.
But as zombie and gross you were still the most fashionable man at MAGFest because you were very nice and fancy and decked out.
I appreciate that.
Dapper.
The character is supposed to be from the Victorian era, and so I try to go along with that as much as I can, but you're not really willing to wear too many expensive pieces of clothing if you're just going to be bleeding purple all over it, and that shit don't come out. So.
How was cosplay shoots then? Did you get a lot of people stopping you for pictures, or were you able to team up with others for
I was able to
photos?
team up with Spencer a whole bunch because he was in character for his character that he plays in the exact same event. So that was fun, and most of those pictures were taken simply because we were traveling around and in proximity with each other, and then we were occasionally pulled apart in order to have individual pictures taken. I was picked up by a swarm of zombies for a while there because at MAGFest they were also doing the zombie LARP tag, whatever
Yeah.
thing that was going on.
You did that last year. Did you do that this year?
I did.
Okay,
And
so
then-
what is the zombie LARP tag?
So what it is I forget who hosts it, but essentially is there's this big old group of people that get together, and you start out as human, and then they have a couple of people feeding in over the course of the game that have been infected by a zombie virus, and they go through, and zombies, well, no one can really run in the middle of the Gaylord because accidents happen. But if a zombie has a red tag that they wear around their neck or their head or something to signify that they're a zombie, and the humans tie it around their arm or around their wrist or something along those lines. And if a zombie is able to catch up to a human, they're able to make tap them on the shoulder, make physical contact. Somehow they gotta go into a game of rock paper scissors. And if the zombie wins, he loses ties. If the zombie wins, then that human also becomes a zombie, rearranges the position of his arm and or headband, and then goes out to hunt more people. And over the course of the entire thing, they'll have certain events, like zombies have little power-ups that they can use, like zombie rage, that will force a player to re-roll, and in that case, the zombie wins the tie,
Nice.
that kind of thing. So it was a whole bunch of fun. And photo ops all over the place, and that's why Bethany was also there, because she had been hired on by these guys.
It's called Interfection.
Interfection.
That's the name
Did
of
you
it.
ever
The zombie
forget-
LARP and Interfection.
Do you ever forget that you were like playing halfway through? Because I found that like I kept forgetting that there was even like a band on my head and my wrist half the time.
Worst zombie. You just got not hungry.
Well, no, because for a while there, when I was still in character, I looked like I was a zombie. And I still had the band around my arm, although I was wearing a lot of red clothing, so you couldn't really see it. So for a while there, basically just for shits and giggles, I would walk around and I would like stumble towards whoever I saw was still wearing the armbands or the wristbands or something, and everybody would freak out and run away. And I was like, "This is excellent camouflage. I can work with this. This is great." But beyond that, it was a good time. I could not get out of it fast enough when it was time for me to go to dinner, but beyond that, it was a good time.
Cool. Paul, how was your daytime MAGFest experience?
Well, my daytime MAGFest experience kind of fluctuated depending on which day of the con it was.
Yeah.
So, say the first day was all about finding your hotel room. After you park, you need to go get booked, go talk to the...
Check-in.
Yeah, go check in, that's it. Yeah, you go check in, I realized, you can check in earlier than I thought. I thought you had to wait until 2 p.m.
They give you... Yeah, check-in's at 4 p.m., but you can go early and you can say, hey, I have this reservation, I'm ready. If they have a room ready, they move you along, give you your room keys, you're good to go.
It's beautiful.
If it's not, then you can leave your phone number, and they actually give you a call the second it's ready.
Wow.
Yeah.
The Gaylord, they know what they're doing. I love those
They got
guys.
rivers inside. That's it. They won my heart from that. The
Oh,
trees,
yeah.
the
Oh, they
rivers
do.
inside of a building.
Oh.
It's over.
The atrium's gorgeous. But yeah, daytime on Thursday, for instance, getting booked, moving all the crap out of my car into our room, which was quite a feat. Took multiple trips. But getting the room set up was a lot of fun, and then just running into all my friends, figuring out where their rooms are. Luckily, my next door neighbors ended up being Nick Shoemate, Russell, Sylvia, Alex, some friends of mine. So that was cool to see them close by.
If you were in the room block.
Yep, and it's we were on the second floor, which was really convenient, basically means 0 elevator time if you want to get from your room to the game floor.
Oh, spectacular.
Oh my god, it was so convenient.
We might redact that because I don't want the competition. It was so hard to make sure that we could, one, get rooms because the Gaylord booked instantly.
It's gonna be
And
Wednesday,
two,
Wednesday.
being able to have...
We're gonna do Wednesday both rooms this year.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm down to go one day earlier. It's crazy.
Yep, going one day earlier, extra cost, but totally worth the benefit of getting there,
I'm
being
also-
able to be relaxed and ease in. Kind of like you're saying, you had
Totally.
so much crap to do right in the smack middle of everything else going on.
Yep.
And you feel rushed, and it's just very... It's not bad stress, but it's still stress.
But then you get your people that really want to go down into the game room, or your people that really want to go down into the merchant room, and you get your people who want to just set up and have everything set to go, and then go later, and then you lose people, and then you don't catch up with those people. And
It's like a lot of the stuff that you would normally do on the first day, like setting up, gathering people. I mean, all that's taken care of.
Yep, on
That way
Wednesday.
First day, you wake up.
Then
Hopefully,
they-
you're not hungover already.
No, you're gonna be.
Yeah,
if you're gonna
be
be there
hungover.
day zero. Day zero was
It didn't happen this
Actually, that's a
Unbelievably
successful
fun.
room block.
Yeah.
I was thinking actually, party room this year shouldn't be a balcony room because
Yes, it should.
there's more room in the party room. There's more room
Yep.
on the second floor on the inside portions.
True.
Maybe.
We need to
I
air
like
it
the
out.
balcony though, because you guys were shooting the Nerf guns.
Don't you-
No, we
What?
weren't
No,
shooting
no,
the
we
Nerf
weren't.
guns off the balcony.
No,
Did you do
That's
that?
ridiculous.
No one did.
You're gonna get yelled at.
You're
Oh,
gonna
man.
get yelled. Don't
Well, I
do
guess
that.
it's getting cut.
Also, you can buy the Nerf gun bullets at the dollar store.
They
There's
hurt
pack
a
of
lot
16.
more.
Oh, they're so
no,
cheap.
the dollar store ones don't hurt as
Oh
much
no, I
as
meant
the other
the
one.
cheap guns hurt more than the
Those
official Nerf guns.
That's
Oh,
the
word.
Walmart one. Is 2 for $6. Deals.
Okay,
The
anyway.
darts at Walmart are like $4 or like $5 for the pack. Dollar store is $1.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Same or better quality.
Okay, Randy. Anyway, my daytime experience.
Wait.
Hey.
Just kidding.
But yeah, after logging in, getting all your crap in your room, it's a lot of fun because there's panels, baby. I know not everyone in this circle goes to the panels, but you know what? MAGFest has a consistent voice actor panel. It's called Voice-A-Palooza every year. And I always try to make it because they have a good crowd. They have Wes Johnson, other people. They're all great. The point is, voice acting is really cool. And I want to be one someday.
Nice.
Not really. Barry, our friend Barry, is actually, he's going to be the real talent in this
Did he
group.
attend? Did he check out the voice acting event?
I think he did whatever I don't know. He was too busy, just boxing, being cool. Barry.
I heard
Shout outs to
SpongeBob-
Barry.
I heard SpongeBob was real dirty this year.
He was at the rave.
Yeah,
Yeah.
our friend
SpongeBob
Barry.
was raving.
Yeah.
It was
If you
pretty
would
great.
like to look at some of Barry's work, look up the insane ant tamer from Fallout 2 and 3, and he voices him.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Our friend Barry
Dope
is the
mod.
insane ant tamer.
Ant tamer.
Ant tamers and giant radioactive worker ants or something along those lines. So they go into the cave and find him for me.
But yeah, so if you're a daytimer, if you have trouble staying up late, which if you're going to MAGFest, that's an issue because there's so much going on at night. Go to the panels, you'll have a good time. So
Yeah, so
panels, cosplayers, getting pictures taken, just walk around, look at goofballs. It's a good time.
the reason to split the discussion between daytime and nighttime is that even if you have trouble staying up, you find time to take brief naps and your body naturally gets its rest. And once you're up, you go back to MAGFest. It's
That's right.
very hard to stay away from it.
The thing is, I don't know if what my body did during I don't know if I consider it natural. I lost a lot of weight and body fluid.
So did
at
I.
MAGFest.
It was great.
It was great.
The Mag Diet.
Oh,
The Mag
Yeah.
Diet.
Very, very little food intake, lots of walking, lots of stairs because we were on the third floor.
Oh,
We
yeah.
say
Even-
lots of stairs. We were on the
Oh.
third floor.
Same thing.
Work.
Work.
Well, same thing within the Gaylord, getting from the ballroom area to the Chesapeake to the
Also going out, walking around National Harbor if you wanted to get some food from outside.
No,
You
no.
did a lot of walking.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Or running.
I walked up
Cold as
16
shit.
flights, man. Drunk.
Woo!
I
Well,
ran
that's
away
just
from my
because you're
demons.
insane.
and dance and dancing if you go to the concert. So very good. The MAGFest diet is real. It's a good it's such a perfect weekend.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you
I'm
just
still
you
recovering.
come out a better person.
Oh, God.
Or weaker. More humble for sure. One of both.
Yeah. But during the daytime, there is a lot to do. So, Randy, what was your daytime experience?
I'll start off my day 0. On Wednesday, during the daytime, I was still working, so I was teaching children robotics. Yeah. And then my day 1, I was throwing up at a urinal. at 1 p.m. So, sometimes you just drink during
sometimes
the day.
sometimes you are Jekyll and Hyde,
Yeah.
a very
Contrast.
decent human being to society,
I just
and
wanna-
then
I just want to say I'm sorry. To the people who know that I should be sorry, who understand why I'm sorry, I'm sorry.
good. It's always nice to get that out.
My Friday, I didn't drink alcohol that Friday.
Bullshit.
I didn't drink alcohol that Friday.
Uh-huh.
There we go.
Okay, that's true.
Uh-huh.
So, but you were also busy with the Pokemon event. So tell
Yeah.
us about the
So-
the MAGFest Pokemon League and what they were doing. And
So the MAGFest Pokemon League, they have gym leaders set up, so you can fight them, collect badges, and then do a tournament in the end. And then this year they also had an Elite Four tournament and a Red versus Blue one that Pedro won. Shoutouts.
yay!
RPP is 100% in the MAGFest Pokemon League tournament championship.
I got second in the badges tournament. I fucked up.
Well, we have the banners, so catch us.
Oh yeah, because
We have the banners.
the MAGFest Pokemon League goes above and beyond because they make actual pin badges out of molds. It's not just a pin with a design on it. It's an actual badge that you get to clip to your vest or shirt. And they also made a banner. Last year it was
Aqua versus Magma.
Aqua versus Magma because the remakes of Gen 3 had come out. This year it was Red versus Blue, and the red version banner I was able to win. And last year Alex won the Magma banner.
I spent a lot of time at those last year, so I thought this year I could just give back. So on Thursday I got really drunk and harassed people while fighting in the Pokemon League challenges.
Yeah, you're a very rough dude,
Uh,
which is what you're supposed to be as the rock gym
Yeah.
leader. You're very rough around the edges, but you
Yeah.
have a solid core.
Ian said that he was impressed with me later on after I had sobered up, so I'm gonna take that as a compliment. So yeah, I did a lot of the Pokemon challenges during the daytime, and I tried to see as many people as I could, kind of find out what people were doing later. That was a lot of my MAGFest, was going around, seeing what people were up to, trying to do as much Pokemon stuff as I could. I liked seeing other people in the arcades. I looked at my friends doing Street Fighter V stuff. Watched Ken robbed some man of $500.
Yeah.
He was gifted $500, I should say.
Our friend of ours
That
had
training session.
Yeah, the training session.
Street Fighter V had come out that previous Tuesday, and they had scheduled the fighting game community for this area, scheduled a money match between two players, and our friend was very dominant in that money match.
He played an AI that didn't know how to anti-air.
That's how you're going to describe the opponent.
Wow.
Yeah, rude. That's okay.
Yep, but MAGFest has that. During the day, it's when you're most active because it's well structured in that very clear areas that have a clear goal. There was a handheld section, and it was just tables where people went and played handheld games. The tabletop area, people went and played board games, card games. They did drafts. The console area, full of console games going back to Super Nintendo, Atari, and so forth, and newer versions like Xbox and PlayStation.
In the arcade areas.
The arcade, full of cabinets
They
for
had
most.
daytime chip spaces, music spaces.
So during the day, you had good clusters. MAGFest is huge, but it's divided into small clusters, and you can go to those clusters and you can expect to see certain people, and you do. I didn't make plans coming into MAGFest, but there were definitely people I wanted to see again from last year, and I did. There was no planning it. It was just, I know they were in this general area before. They're going to be there again. And I just roamed and searched and ran into them. And it was an amazing surprise because it's unexpected. You see it and you have that high and you're like, ah! And you flip out.
Oh, na.
Yeah. What was Nelly? What was your daytime MAGFest experience like?
Don't lie.
I'll be honest. I didn't start with mouthwash. I started with alcohol.
Just like Katsukan.
Yeah,
That's just the the con.
And you know what it was?
Beginnings.
It's my vacation. Come on, guys. You know I gotta relax.
Same.
Let him
So
have this.
I needed to go 0 to fun real quick. We already had everything set up.
In our room we had a table set up with DJ gear, yours and Big Rich's DJ gear.
Big Rich.
And that's where you guys spend a lot of your times too. In that room, which is our party room, DJ.
Central location for we had our food there. We had our bulk of our alcohol. It was close to the convention, so it was really close by. So a lot of people could just come in there, hang out, and just hang out, drink.
Yeah. And then did you venture out during the day, or did you just play music in the room all the time?
Well, the first day I was kind of just like making sure everybody was situated, getting the layout of the Gaylord. I mean, kind of already got an idea of it's a brisk iced tea. Come on, just getting the layout because I wanted to know where the video game room was, what was in there, what times it opened, figuring out where the chip raves are going to be at. Just to be able to tell other people too, so I'm not just wandering around later on because most of it was just prep for the evening.
Yeah. That's part of it.
I did a lot of prep for the evening as well.
Creature of the night.
Yeah.
Since it's when most people are active and it's easier to meet up with people, like Alex was everybody's been saying, you discuss who's going to be hosting what, who's going to be doing what, and you make plans for the evening time. And I like MAGFest because it is a very open social environment. You could approach people, say hello, and that actually started a conversation. You didn't have to go in with a game plan or a gimmick or any particular topic in mind.
No.
It was very natural to...
Plus, there's a lot of open activities just to start conversation naturally. You start playing someone in a game, wait in line for an arcade, you're both waiting for a panel, looking at a panel, listening to music. There's just a lot of ways to just meet up with new people.
Yep. All right, so then now we can move on to the nighttime experiences. Then we'll start off with Nelly then. Nelly, how was your nighttime experience at MAGFest?
So, kind of bridging the gap, getting the layout, DJing some, inviting people to our party room. that's kind of what shoehorned into the evening.
Mhm.
I was also checking out like Twitter and like Tumblr and everything to see what was going on, like Mag Party's tag and.
Me and Nelson had a very intertwined Mag night for ours. We kind of went to the same shows, and we had seen people there who we had recognized as DJs from other places. So we saw DJs like Grimecraft, Absurdist, and Maxo, who we had known before. So we watched as they played like a small set. They weren't actually, well, Grimecraft was
playing at MAGFest.
Playing at MAGFest, but the other two, who might be like more well known actually, they were,
They're up and coming.
they're up and coming, but they weren't in an official space at all. So they had an open space where they played a set that was really popular. They had a lot of friends there who were looking for their stuff too. Midnight Snacks was there hosting as well. So they were hosting parties, and for this year at MAGFest, we had gone to Mag Classic, and Mag Classic is a good place to kind of crash into room parties where you might not know the people. And we decided MAGFest this year we would try to do that more because we had never done that at a regular MAGFest before.
So how was that experience? How was finding new parties to join? How did you learn of them? How did you get on the scent for the MAGFest parties?
Well, I had seen Maxo and Absurdist play their small set, and I was like, holy shit, they're here. So I talked to them afterwards to see, like, are you playing again? And he said, oh, we might be doing a room party, like check Twitter or just find out about it through someone around here. So we ended up finding the room party just through kind of scouring around for it.
Mm-hmm.
And we ended up going there on Friday and Saturday nights.
Yeah.
How was the room party?
It was amazing.
Very warm.
Very, very warm. I needed water.
It was one of those that if you're not used to, I mean, it's a room party.
Yeah,
it's an intense room party.
It's intense room party.
There was a lot of people in it. DJ playing up front, a lot of floor space. They had video DJs this year.
Yeah,
the MAGFest hotel party game is stepping way up. If you don't have people with flashing images behind you next year, no one's gonna want to go.
You have to have a full media production.
Yeah, I need a full media production. I'm going to be a B2B BJ. We do back-to-back with someone else, and our main video DJ program is going to be PowerPoint. That's my plan. I'm going to get deep into that game. I feel like I can do it.
So that's the plan for next year.
I believe in you.
Yeah.
Video DJ.
Maybe next year I won't go to so many random parties, because I really enjoyed doing it this year, but every year can't be like that.
No.
It was exhausting.
That definitely took a toll.
It took a toll.
So maybe just a couple, not the entire weekend filled with it.
Maybe like one night, and maybe only for a bit instead of the whole night. Although afterwards, they ended up going to the Chip Raves and the other official concerts afterwards. But I just went so hard in the hotel room party. Afterwards, I just chilled out in the arcade room doing Juju Beat, which is great. Thank you, Tokyo. What are they, Tokyo Arcade?
Tokyo Attack?
Tokyo Attack?
Yeah,
Great.
Tokyo Attack brought
Please
in...
come back.
Yeah,
Please
they
come
supplied a ton of Jubeat machines, Initial D, Stage 7 machines,
Oh my god.
Dance Evolution or
Yep.
Central.
They did everything.
Yeah, a lot of good arcade.
Gojo Master.
Yep.
It was really good.
Sure.
Tokyo Attack are really great.
So it was
Like, comment, subscribe.
Too early.
All right.
But yeah, it was pretty much just.
And you
preparation.
did, but you did not go hard at the parties enough that you missed out on the concerts. You went to the actual concerts afterwards.
I did.
How were those?
Those were excellent. I mean, I went and saw. I can't remember. It was Friday or Saturday.
It was Saturday.
Saturday
Yeah,
was
the Saturday one.
Was Chip Cell, Shootaban, and I forget Boa Constructor.
I'm not sure.
I think he went first, but just a kind of mash of genres. I mean, you had like dubsteppy beats, you had house. It was packed. I mean, I don't know if they filled up their whole ballroom, but I mean, there was thousands of people there.
Yeah.
I think it really helps going to a party before them too, because sometimes you're not always into the music that they play, but if you're in a party beforehand, you're kind of in the mode, just do the dance anyways to get into it. So I feel like it was easier for me to get into it.
I agree with that, but Shirvan, he starts off his set real good.
Oh, he started with air horn.
Yeah,
I'm
his
just saying.
beginning was... "Bah, bah, bah, bah," and then go ham, and that was the intro, and I was like, yeah, wow, that gave me energy. I wasn't bumping until that part, and then I was like, okay,
If your
I can do
intro
this.
is not 4.2 seconds, that was a highlight for me. That was surprising to me because I was following it on Twitter. I was like, it'd be awesome to see some of these chiptune artists, and literally like maybe a week before MAGFest, they're like, oh, guess what? Shootabon and Chipstar are coming by.
Yep, the ballroom for it was pretty well packed, and it was more concentrated around the stage. There was more space away from the stage, and that was where all the freeform dance majors were going ham.
Dance majors is an important distinction.
Yeah.
So,
Glow stick ninjas.
yeah.
Yep.
Whatever that little stick on wire thing act is, people were twirling that around. You definitely needed space, and if you weren't careful, you're going to get hit upside the head.
Mhm.
But
The plur lifestyle is dangerous.
Peace, love, unity, and respect.
And also dodge.
Yeah. You have to be.
Blurred.
You have to be. You have to do some Dragon Ball Z dodging because people are throwing bows when they start getting into the music.
Jeez.
If you're near the front, though, it's just people jumping.
Yeah,
It's safe.
but-
You have safe bodies.
But then you have people that start putting their hands up. They're like, make a circle. I got this. And then they go ham in the middle. And we had
That's
spots towards the closer in the center where people just opened up a space to allow people to dance. Somebody had a beach ball, which was great.
Yeah.
We started smacking that around.
Love balls.
And then somebody came into the dance hall with that dinosaur costume that's blown up in popularity.
Oh yeah,
And
I've seen that.
our friend in a SpongeBob costume started going real freak nasty with that dinosaur.
Which is crazy because sponges reproduce by budding, and that's canon. That's
what that was.
That's in SpongeBob. So he was budding.
That was what he was doing.
Budding with that T-Rex.
And concerts is what you did a lot of, Rachel, right?
Yeah,
So how was the concert experience for you?
it was a lot of fun. Honestly, half the time I was there, I didn't know who I was listening to because I just kept walking in and just being like, "Oh, this is good, we're here." And so it was a lot of fun.
You were with your group.
Yeah,
Bunch
I
of
was.
people.
I mean, yeah, I just I met people that I was going there with, and I had some people that I came with, and it was just.
How was meeting people in the dance hall? Because it can be a little loud.
I mean, it's fun. I mean, it was through mutual friends I met them, so it wasn't really anything like what. Yeah. It's more like, oh, somebody. Let's just wave at each other. We're just waving, it's okay. It was fun. I mean, I don't really have much to really say on it because you kind of covered most of the concert, so that's really what it was. Just awesome music, dancing, laughing.
Did you do
Conga
that?
lines.
Did you do that the entire time, or did you do other nighttime activity things?
I mean, I think a lot of my time was spent in the concert hall. I'm trying to remember things, to be honest.
All right, let's give Rachel a second. She's last technically in this roundabout, this section. Paul, how was your nighttime experience? Umbreon. Ruler of the night Pokemon.
Yo, that's yeah, that's me.
Yeah, that's me.
Oh my god, my nighttime experience was unique.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, I'm gonna just go ahead and go on about my concert experience real quick
Say
because
word, son. Say word.
I got to see one of my favorite bands since I've loved these guys for years. It's a band called Psycho Stick. They were a metal band that doesn't take themselves seriously, to put it lightly. They write songs about like
Beards.
yeah, beards and computers crashing and like blue screening, and then they're
Pretty
sad about it.
serious.
Yeah, that's serious. That's metal. That's brutal,
serious.
They
man.
write songs about beer and about their cars breaking and their ball sacks itching. Shout outs to Squirrel Torment. Anyway, Psycho Stick played at MAGFest, and I've been wanting this for years. Okay, so not only did I get to see Psycho Stick live at MAGFest, after the show I interviewed the band.
We saw that.
That blew my mind, dude. And then they followed the YouTube channel that I work on, Interactive Entertainment Friends. They followed us on Twitter just a few days ago. What the fuck? Like,
Unlocked.
dude,
When they retweet one of your videos,
this is what happens when you go to MAGFest, man. Like, you can meet people if you got a camera, and if you want to make something, ask. Just be like, hey, do you want to be in my video? And they may say yes, and if they don't, at least you tried.
The
But
surprisingly human, social, brotherly feel of MAGFest
Yeah.
is you approach people in that anybody, and just talk to them like a person, and it just leads to great experiences.
It's real, man. It's awesome.
Yeah.
I fucking loved it. So I got to interview one of my favorite bands. So that was dream come true. And then just for my other nighttime experiences, Sunday night. No, it wasn't Sunday night. It was Saturday night. Excuse me. Because Sunday's the last day for this year anyway. I played Melee from like 2 a.m. to 5 a.m. So you just, whatever game you like, you can just sit there and play it instead of sleeping if you want to.
Yep,
That's
you'll
an
have
option.
the energy for it.
That is an option. I'm just saying.
So you got to do a lot of Smash playing.
I played a lot of games and I saw some music. I didn't do too many room parties besides the RPP, hashtag RPP. That was always a staple, you know, because these guys are my good friends. So, of course, I'm going to go to the Red Panda Party, hang out. It just fluctuates, you know, sometimes people are there, sometimes they're not. People actually sleep in that room, believe it or not. It does have beds. You know, it's a room.
Red Panda Party gets 2 rooms. We get the party room where we open it up to most people to come in, and we tried to do big parties this year, and it was very hard because there's so much else going on. You are competing with a lot of people for an audience, but it did turn out to be a very low-key affair. So
Which was nice for what ended up happening. Like, our expectation of what we wanted to the practical use of the party room changed, but for the better.
Yeah, so it ended up being great because you could always go back there and there was somebody there, and it
was intimate.
Yeah, it was intimate. And then sometimes enough people happened to crowd around, and that gave us enough energy to
watch
have
another Initial D episode.
Yep, the background noise was music, but it was also Initial D on Netflix running.
That was
week.
VJ.
It was you.
That was VJ.
Shout out to Street Racer.
Oh, it was on YouTube? Yeah. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
And then our other room is the sleep room, which also had Initial D playing. So it's late night, I'm by myself, I return to the sleep room, and another one of our roommates is there, and they're sleeping, and Initial D is on. All the lights are off, Initial D is on.
What is Initial D?
Initial D is a racing anime that's about...
That's all you need
That's all you need to know.
That's all you gotta know.
It's like a teenage Fast and Furious.
It's like a kid with weird lips doesn't know he has a really good car.
Or lips, honestly. They change.
And apparently he's a really good driver, even though typical shonen. He's amazing at what he does because he's been trained for it, doesn't care for it. But racing anime.
Classic.
That's going on and playing. Alex is in the balcony sleeping, and I'm like, okay, guess
Randy
is in the balcony sleeping. That's correct.
Yeah, that's me.
So I turn it off, and I'm like, okay, let me go check in the party room. And so I walk over to the party room, and I go in, and it was a low energy time because the lights were off. Some people were sleeping, and fucking Initial D is on. So you guys had it on both rooms. I don't know if it was synced up because I didn't pay attention to the episodes.
It was not.
Okay. So I turned that off too, but by the time I got back in the room, it was on
Well,
again.
actually, it might have been synced because I think it was put on because Jeff put on the playlist on both.
Oh, there you go. And that was probably it.
And one thing to mention, we were pretty much directly across the Gaylord from each other.
Yeah, we both had balcony rooms,
They
so
could
we
watch
could
me pass out.
Yep.
In real time.
Oh, I did.
I could.
Yeah,
I did.
People
I could
did.
look.
I was like, oh, Randy's on the balcony.
He's dead. The Gaylord ghost.
From the anywhere in the atrium of MAGFest, I could look to the 3rd floor and see if
Alex
was sleeping.
Randy was sleeping.
I could
Randy was passed
look
out.
So I could even look through the glass doors to see if anyone was in the sleeping room, and they're like, "Oh, there's people there. Let me go visit them."
Which is nice.
From like hundreds of feet away.
Yep.
It was amazing.
We were very well located and being across from each other. Wherever in the atrium you were, you could see one of our rooms.
Yeah.
And the party room was denoted by the magma banner
Oh
that
yeah.
Randy
Yep.
had won.
Oh.
And the sleep room was denoted by Randy sleeping on the balcony.
Randy's bed.
Yeah. And the little rice cooker outside.
Shout outs to Rice.
Love
Yep.
rice.
And so,
Yeah.
somebody would always be in there, either playing DJ, watching Initial D. Maybe it was bumping and a lot of people were going, but it was still low numbers. It was stop in, say hi, maybe have a couple drinks, re-energize, and go about your business. So that takes us to the real Alex. How was your nighttime experience?
Nighttime was a lot of fun. This year was the first year that I brought my suit with me and I went to Mag Prom, although this year was the first year of a new kind of version of the same kind of event. So in the previous years, Mag Prom has been this, like, pseudo-fancy, kind of like hopped-up event that took place in one of the ballrooms that you were denied entry to unless you were dressed up as if you were, going to a prom or a wedding or something along those lines. And this year, they decided to make it not as... What's the word that I'm looking for? It wasn't
Fancy.
as strict in their in the dress code attendance, which was... I can see where they were coming from with that, but at the same time, it kind of removed a little bit of the a bit of the point for the event for me, because the Mag Prom for me in the past has always been you get dressed up super fancy, and you go do the exact same thing that you would normally do at
but
MAGFest.
You look good.
But but you look good while you do it, and so that was interesting, and it was actually this year. Unfortunate to say as it is, it was a little bit of a disappointment this time around. The people that were doing the music kept pausing to basically ask questions of the audience and call people up on stage to do shit and that kind of thing, and it was a very uneven kind of
like high school prom where the band tries to be like hip and get
any real DJ will tell you no requests and they'll play the set.
Except you still request Freebird.
No requests. No requests.
It was weird. Like in the middle of their set, they paused and started doing trivia.
Oh,
so like.
What?
Yeah.
That's not.
Oh God.
That's not any real problem I've heard of.
Yeah, no. So
Trivia.
that.
What was the trivia like? Who's bored?
I mean, at that point, basically, so we left and we went off and we I had gone with Carly this year around one of the people who had been staying in our room, and it was amusing and it was a good time simply because of the people that we had brought with us. Mm-hmm. So later on for the rest of it, generally go downstairs, check out the merchant room, check out the gaming room, go around and I probably spent around 4 hours on Injustice Gods Among Us. And then
I'm sorry.
Was that?
It's a good game. Fuck you.
Yeah, it's a good game.
Wait, who's really good at that game? Don't we know someone's good at it? Patrick Kelly, I think?
No.
Wait, is it Sonic?
Okay.
What
Sonic
is
Fox,
Patrick
yeah.
Kelly not good at?
Street Fighter 5.
Rude.
Sorry, Patrick.
Yeah, Patrick goes hard on any game. So.
But also, thank you.
Yeah.
And
But
also
more of the same on that end. And then I got a nap in a couple of times around the course of the event, so I was able to stay up pretty late a couple of times and was able to catch a couple of the panels, the late night panels at the sort of like Jesus Christ, 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
And
Were those like 18 plus panels kind of thing?
One was simply just to go to for shits and giggles. The other one was a.
Did you see Dick at these panels?
Oh.
Wait, you did?
Of course.
Aww.
Why am I going to go to panels if I don't get to see Dick?
So
What panels are you going to, man?
The Bara versus Yawai.
Oh, man.
I didn't even know that was a panel.
Why didn't I not go to that?
So no, that was a good one. And then in the daytime leading into the evening on one of the previous days, I had gone to a homosexuality in gaming media.
Oh,
And so that was interesting, and we were able to see and discuss current iterations of representation in gaming. And Undertale came up a whole bunch because Undertale has been really popular this year, and it's been going around and been really popular. And one of the main characters is this giant transsexual robot thing or something along those lines.
Very nice.
And it simply added a lot of exposure to to an increasingly important aspect of the LGBT community. So that was interesting. But beyond that, it was mostly just like standard fare. Go out, get shit faced, go over to people's rooms, have fun, collect up with a whole bunch of different people, have have parties. It was a good time.
Right, and even though during the day is when most people do activities like going to a tournament or doing panels and cosplay shoots, it's 24/7. Like, it's not just nighttime is party time. It's 24/7. Panels go extremely, like 2 a.m. Most other events are closed by then.
A very important part of MAGFest is learning when to schedule your sleep to get the events you want to do. Because if you're primarily into arcades or you want to do a lot of rhythm games, I learned this from a friend that a really good time to do those is from like 2 a.m. to 6 a.m. because no one's there are no lines, and you can just be on those machines for hours.
You do get to hog the machines.
If you want to do some tactical naps like at 4 p.m., that might be up your alley to do so.
MAGFest is a very free weekend, and you really have to control yourself and know what you want to do. That way you can schedule yourself. You can also go by the natural rhythm, which is mine. When I'm tired, I'll fall asleep. I'm okay with whatever I miss at that time. I know I'll catch something else.
One of the things that I've also found for being able to stay up late is watch what you eat over the course of the day.
Which means minimal food.
Minimal. if you're eating a bunch or you're eating something particularly heavy, you're going to pass out. And you're not going to be able to make it to a bunch of stuff later in the evening.
It weighs you down. You don't need...
Next MAGFest, I don't plan to eat. I don't plan to sleep. And I don't plan to urinate. I'm going to have a lot of time. Because I wasted a lot of time doing all three this year.
You wasted a lot of time vomiting.
I remember you didn't poop for 2 days. We had
I
conversation.
said
Dude, all you did was piss, man. God. Pissing all day.
Just wear a catheter.
Yeah.
I got
Invest
in
Invest in
a poop bag.
catheters.
Yeah. Rachel, you've had enough time to think. What was your nighttime?
I think I know why I forgot. I think I actively blocked.
I completely understand.
No, I remember the first night there, I stood in line for 50 hours for some really shitty laser tag.
Was it really that bad?
I was this tiny room where they just had chairs for you to hide behind, and you didn't even get vests to wear.
Well, people just blitzed out of their mind.
It was like,
it wasn't even a regulated panel. It's just like,
wait, how can you? Were you just I tagged you? Get out.
No, they had little guns that had you didn't get wear the chest or anything. It wasn't like the chest pads that they usually have in laser tag. It's just a gun, and they were like,
the gun has a receptor.
And you would literally just hide behind some chairs and shoot at people in a room that was it was pretty tiny, probably the size of this apartment.
So basically, playing with Nerf guns in our party room was the exact same.
I will say this apartment is very decently sized.
Thank you.
It's great.
Yeah, at least our party room, we had drinks and people.
Wow.
I don't know. Laser tag was sad. It was kind of sad. I was like, I waited 50 million hours to sit in here for 10 minutes and shoot behind a chair.
Oh, Rachel.
Besides that, when we got out of there, it was fun. It was concerts.
You gotta have those experiences.
Yeah. You gotta know what to avoid.
You gotta have a shitty experience and then go, you know what? Now I need to go twice as hard.
Well,
I think Frizzle taught
because last year was my first MAGFest. This is my second one, and this was the first time I even knew that there was a list of things you could even do, a schedule. So I was like, so this is the first time I ever even looked at it and was like, let me see what this is. This looks cool. And every day I was like, I'm gonna go to yoga. I'm gonna go to yoga and just do drunk yoga. I never went to yoga once. It never happened. I was just like, I'm not fucking doing it.
Drunk yoga does not. I feel like I would throw up instantly.
It just sounded hilarious to me. Regardless, there was actually.
Was it drunk yoga officially?
No.
Or you were going to go there drunk and do yoga?
And try and do yoga.
No, it's MAGFest yoga.
It
is drunk.
No. It is
games.
If you look at the schedule, it's yoga for gamers.
And avatar yoga. They had that on second day.
What?
But I didn't go to any of those. I wanted to go to those.
Which
it's just
I think it's Airbender.
I think it's the Airbender.
Blue skin or Airbender?
No, not the blue skin. Airbender.
Okay. I want to see that blue skin.
Yeah, I want to see that blue skin.
So honestly, the only thing on my list that I actually went to was Psycho Stick.
Okay, how was Psycho Stick?
Psycho Stick was great. It was great. They sang about beards and there was conga lines. I had no complaints.
Yes.
So that was a plus.
One thing that I just want to mention too, because there was a lot of concerts that I wanted to go to, but I ended up not drinking. But the good thing is MAGFest actually recorded a lot of those sets and put them in their Twitch.tv.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's archived. And
So it's archived. You can go watch and
go back and hear the air horns from Shirobon. That'll pump you up for the
day. I
will
say it's very helpful to look at the DJs playing beforehand to get a taste of the set that they're going to play. I had no idea what DJ Cutman played, so I just watched him play an entire Jersey club set, and I was like, I guess I like him now. I didn't know.
Okay.
I had no idea.
We love you, DJ Cutman.
We love you, DJ Cutman.
Shout outs to DJ Cutman.
Oh wait, what? Game Chops.
Game Chops.
Game
Hype.
Chops.
Hey, what about Game Grumps?
No. Maybe. Were they there?
No.
Not this
Last
year.
year.
Yeah, not
Last
this
year
year.
was when Ego Raptor died.
Oh, yeah.
Oh no.
No, he's
No,
still
he
alive.
didn't, he didn't actually
He didn't
die.
come.
They just said that. No, he got really sick
He
one
got
day.
sick.
and
Poor
then
guy.
Yeah.
They just
That
said
day
he
zero.
died.
That day zero.
Yeah,
flu,
the day
man.
zero.
Yeah.
But he did go to hotel parties.
Good.
I
That's
saw
good.
that. So
Yo,
I
Mag
think-
Flu is
I
real.
think he was just.
Oh yeah, that's another big
Shirking
point to
his
make. Everyone
responsibility.
died after MAGFest this year.
Oh yeah.
Everyone got
My
sick.
entire-
My last
Yeah.
day was over.
So I guess.
Like
RPP was okay.
I was just
RPP
like, no.
survived because they had so much alcohol, but my room was dead.
I didn't want to do anything. I literally was like, I'm just gonna go sit in the game room and play a bunch of games I've never touched before. And
Yep.
and whenever people talk to me, because honestly, I met people and I couldn't remember them. It was one of those kind of things where I was like, I don't remember you, and I'm antisocial. I'm so sorry.
Were you just antisocial that one time?
Sunday.
Yeah,
I was
Sunday.
so tired.
Dude, I mean, it's a gaming con. Of course, like, antisocial is basically... it's a given.
Well,
Yeah,
it's a given,
It's-
but
Unless you're
not
gonna say
really.
No, the whole time.
Yeah.
I was
Not-
definitely babbling to people the rest of the time.
Oh yeah, no, you're a very extrovert. I mean,
Yeah.
people are extroverts sometimes and introverts other times.
Just
We're
energy.
complicated creatures, human
I
beings.
think the
I
Mag
believe the technical term for that is now ambivert.
And
No, but the
Yes.
elevators, every time you go in the elevator, everyone would get hyped up. So I was completely all about the elevator. Like,
Hell yeah,
I pretty
elevator
much just hold my
party.
breath because
Sometimes the elevator's
sometimes
funky. Yeah.
hey, even that day zero, I was like, someone need to put like a Glade
I
plug in.
saw a
So actually, that is
right next to that button.
the rest of us didn't have to deal with the elevators that much. You did, Rachel. So how were the elevators?
No, it was honestly I liked it because I got to talk to people the whole time
Yep,
and just
that's-
harass everyone. But there was one point where it was taking like 50 million years for it to come up. So like everybody I was with when we were drunk decided to walk up 16 flights of stairs, and
Oh
we
my
were all
God.
like heavy breathing at the end. I'm like, we can make it. But then like Barry like dipped halfway through and we didn't know, and he was already in our room. We're like, how did you get up here? How did you even get in? I don't even know. But it was
That's still a
It's-
mystery.
it was just a mystery. But
So yep, elevators is a great. Again, you have a captive audience, so it's a great spot to talk to people, to meet to people, and
Totally.
interact. Somebody whipped out a snake in
Yeah.
the elevator.
An actual snake.
Yeah, a ball
Yeah,
python.
somebody,
A ball python.
3 guys walked on, and dude reaches into his hoodie and pulls out a snake.
What
It
day
would
And
have
was
been the
that?
greatest.
that was
Day
like day
zero.
one, day 0 or day 1.
Oh,
day one.
I would have
Flings-
loved that.
I liked it. I said meow and then I pet it.
Yeah,
Aw.
Randy was all over it. He flung it over his shoulder. I was like, oh, it's a fake snake. Yeah, whatever.
No.
And then I saw it move. I was like, holy shit.
Ball pythons are very clever.
Yeah, I think honestly that's kind of an irresponsible move to bring a snake to
Oh,
a con.
completely.
Unless
Yeah,
you
yeah.
have something for it to be like, if you bring its container with like proper heating
Or a backup snake.
and liquid. I mean, if your snake dies and you have another one, I guess that's okay. But honestly, as someone
He
who
doesn't mean that.
as someone who owns and keeps reptiles, I highly recommend not bringing your snake to MAGFest.
He has 2
because
snakes.
You
He
gotta
is-
respect these animals, all right? All right.
DJ
Ball
Twins
pythons are from Africa. We're in Virginia.
It's cold. It's the
It
harbor.
was
Not
mad.
even that. It's just a lot of activity that they
Yeah.
really
Yeah,
didn't like
snakes-
being exposed to.
What if I
Maybe they
sneezed
like
on the snake?
hung out in party rooms the whole time so they wouldn't have a problem. Like all the heat and like.
They're antisocial. Vibrations are not a snake's friend. When they sense vibrations, they're like, "Oh my god, am I gonna die?"
And there's a lot of bass at MAGFest.
There's
Yeah,
so
that's
much
true.
bass.
There's a lot of noise.
So
You
I'm
will
sorry for the snake and for Pedro because Pedro is a little, paranoid about
Timid.
snakes. He's a little timid.
I always tell Paul to say hi to his snakes. Build a good word in the snake community for me, because I don't want no beef.
I always tell them that Pedro is a good man, and they appreciate him. My snakes, they're cool with that guy.
Somebody
Cool.
also had a piggy at
A pig?
MAGFest.
Wait,
Yeah,
a
a
real
little
pig?
baby
Wait,
pig.
Oh my god! Why didn't I see this?
It was like for a small moment, and I didn't get footage of it. I had the camera, I didn't get footage, but he was in a little blanket and everything. It was cute.
That would have been the
And
coolest
obviously,
moment.
puppy dogs. Some people bring service dogs that get to roam around.
I
Love
wonder if I
puppy
can bring my
dogs.
dog next year. To service.
I don't know. There's a lot of people there.
So,
Like disgusting.
I'm gonna bring an actual red panda.
do it.
Oh my god, Tanuki. No, wait, that's Tanuki. Sorry. You know, like the other word for a red panda is wah.
No.
You call it a wah.
that true?
W-A-H. Google it.
All right, Google it, audience members.
Wah party.
All right.
Hashtag wah party.
So,
All right.
Post-con or post-MAGFest, Rachel, how did you recover?
I was exhausted and slept the entire next day.
One day? That's all you needed? You're a champion.
Honestly, I couldn't do more. I got so much shit to do. I was like, I can't keep sleeping.
Wait, post
Had
MAGFest?
school.
As in Sunday or Monday?
Either.
Monday.
Just how did you recover from MAGFest?
Yeah.
Sunday night.
Alex, how did you recover?
Well, Sunday evening, I went over to my good friends Steve and Sarah's place, and we kind of did a relaxing. We watched the entire Pirates of the Caribbean series, so it was great, and we did more light drinking. It was
You can't have withdrawal.
No,
you have to ease
it
out
was
of it.
beer. It wasn't hard liquor, but we did Pirates of the Caribbean drinking games during all of that. So that was fun. It was kind of just relaxing. We ordered Chinese food. We settled down from that, and then Monday I had to go back into work, so that was bullshit. But just calming down, and everybody else got sick, and I didn't get sick until like a week and a half after that. But no, I was dead for 3 days. So
All right. Randy, how did you recover?
Fetal position in the shower.
No water.
Lots of water.
You just absorbed moisture any way you could.
I had to rinse. I had to just get it all out. A full flush. So, just was on a full liquid diet.
drank your kombucha.
Yep. Douche.
Kombucha.
Just gotta get it all out.
Paul,
Just get rid of the fluids.
how did you
Did
recover?
you douche with Fago?
Oh my god.
That's how you get ants.
Oh my god.
Nasty.
Oh my god.
In my head.
Alright, so Sunday afternoon was the most depressing afternoon I've ever had.
No.
Every Sunday afternoon is shit for MAGFest. I mean, you gotta make the best of it because you're still technically at MAGFest. But, like, it sucks, man, because you're packing up your hotel room, you're driving your friends home, and, I could go to the game room, but, the closing ceremony is at, like, 2 p.m., and you're like, whatever.
They're like setting up for another convention.
Yeah, like a blinds convention.
The discount
Budget
blinds.
Budget blinds
yes.
last year. What the fuck
was
was
it this
that?
year?
I don't remember.
It was nothing, dude. It was dead. It was, just fucking,
Yeah.
It was the end.
Oh, wait, I think because the week right after MAGFest, there was like a Republican convention that
I
was.
might have been prepping. Oh yeah, I think there was
It
like
was.
a GOP something.
It was a GOP.
Hot fire.
That's why people were running around breaking everything.
Naturally.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, after we actually left MAGFest, I drove my good friend Alex Rogi home, and I was sad about that. Dropped him off at his house, and I was
Paul's
listening.
an angel.
I'm an angel. I was listening to the Super Soul Brothers, who are another group who played at MAGFest. Super talented musicians who do video game covers like jazz, funk, soul, R&B covers of Mario songs and shit. Super good music to listen to while you're driving. I did that, and then I went home, and I was like, wow, my throat kind of hurts. Whatever, I'll just go see Deadpool. So I went and saw Deadpool all by my goddamn self. Fucking great movie. And then the next day, I was sick as shit, but it only lasted one day. Like, the rest of my room had the flu, but I only had, like, a bad throat for one day, and then I got better. But, that's... You get Mac flu, and then sometimes your immune system is better than your friends. So you're
I'm glad I
okay.
wasn't in your room. God.
Yeah, I'm glad you survived.
Like, oh, God.
Mac flu is, like, not necessarily flu. It's just if you get, like, a sickness after Mac.
It's the post-con
it's
sickness.
Yeah.
There was so much exposure to
There's
so
a lot
much
of people.
You get super exposed.
Everybody's touching the same damn machines.
Zach
It's-
and Alexis got
and they're-
sick.
Yeah, it's because
yeah.
they were on the
Like 3
machines,
days.
on
Poor
the
Alexis.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. She
because
was
they were
June.
on the music
Yeah.
machines, which everybody's sweaty palms
Tap,
touching.
tap, tap, tap.
Yeah, Alexis got the chills, and that's just not fun.
Poor
Oh,
thing.
I'm
God.
definitely gonna get Alexis. Are there like rhythm game gloves?
Yeah, we gotta create those.
Yeah, latex gloves.
Investment
bro.
idea. Redacted. Don't steal that. Patent pending.
Redacted.
Nelly, how was your post-con recovery?
Pretty good, actually. I was smart and I brought like cough drops and
Oh yes, you were an
vitamin
angel.
C drops. I made sure to hydrate before I dehydrated. And no, I mean, I was prepared. I mean, I've
So you didn't get hit too hard.
Not too much.
You're the
I
veteran.
had work on Monday, so I knew not to go like buck wild on Saturday, even though I still went buck wild on Saturday.
What is good?
2 naps equal 1 sleep.
Catch me.
And that's pretty much what it was. I remember to just sleep a little bit more, eat more food.
Post-con, it lasted a week for me.
God damn.
Oh,
It was
God.
hard.
Good.
Because throughout the convention, I had small naps and I got to sleep a little bit, but I was staying up. And especially Saturday to Sunday, I did not want to go to sleep. I did not want it to end. So for the rest of that week, I was dialing it in at work. I was not doing much, and I kind of took an early weekend or early week towards the end, and I just needed that entire time to recuperate. So
I feel like this MAGFest went by super quickly.
Yeah.
Way too fast.
Yeah.
It was really depressing.
What the fun?
after the fact.
After me coming on Friday, I was like, wait a minute, I thought there was another day.
I think
Where
what
did it
happened a
go?
lot is we spent a lot of time at this MAGFest in transit,
yeah,
which is time that you don't think about, so you don't remember it.
Yeah.
So,
in transit?
moving
so
around,
last
roaming.
time for MAGFest, when we were in transit, it was a lot of people in a group, and we didn't really move that far. We went between 2 rooms, and then we all went to the game room together. So I think a large part of it was we just were moving around a lot.
Yeah,
Which
areas times that blend in and become
Yeah.
pretty much the same. Yeah. What were your highlights, your pitfalls, and how are you going to change to make next MAGFest even better?
I think pitfall of this year was I was really exhausted and being with people a lot because there was a lot of new people that I went with. But I still loved being with them. It was just at some points I was just getting exhausted and I was like, I'm socialized out, but it was still fun. And then my highlight was probably talking to random people and like the elevators and like all just the random things that end up happening, honestly. The concerts were really fun, but I like seeing random people and their interactions and all that stuff. And next year, honestly, like I don't really have too much of a plan for next year. I kind of like leaving it with no expectations and stuff because I feel like it leaves more room for, just like being surprised by what ends up happening. But I guess if I had to say anything, I honestly wanted even more people in my room than I had. We had a lot. It was supposed to be like the room to like cram everybody in, and we had probably about 7 people. But we were like, oh, like let's have as many as we can and make it cheaper because I'm a cheap ass. But I'm glad that this year we brought like food and stuff with us, so that we didn't have to buy any food there because overpriced. But
So I forgot to ask, MAGFest next year, yay, nay, maybe?
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, good. All right, then, Alex, what were your highlights, your pitfalls? How are you going to do next year differently?
Highlights this year, probably being able to get so many varying friend groups to the event, being able to successfully manage my time, that I was able to hang out with everybody so frequently. Like you guys specifically, the other groups in our room block, my new DC friends, all that. Just being able to hang out with everybody has always been the main reason for my going to MAGFest. And hanging out with people and just making a good time of everything. Doing what you would normally do just in this big collective environment where everybody's just trash and they can do whatever the fuck that they want. It's been it's always been a lot of fun on that end. Pitfalls for me, I would say that I was disappointed with the way MagProm or whatever the fuck that they renamed it this time around to be. I was disappointed with how that was handled. Obviously, not really a concern that much can be done about, but I felt that this year's event went by very quickly, and I was struck with a huge sense of loss after the fact.
Mm-hmm.
Like, more so than usual, because it's like I woke up Sunday morning and it's like, holy shit, it's Sunday morning. What the hell have I been doing for the past couple of days? But it was a good time all around, and I'll obviously definitely be going back next time.
And any changes that you'll make for next year to make it more enjoyable, better, fix the pitfalls maybe?
Not sure what I could do to fix the pitfalls all that much personally, but changes that I would make are actually having all of my stuff ready to go when Paul gets there to pick me up.
And that leads us to Paul. Paul, next year, yay or nay?
Yay!
So what were the highlights this year, pitfalls, and would you change anything?
Highlights, we're definitely seeing Psycho Stick live and then being able to interview them after the show. They were very receptive to my camera shenanigans. And also this year, every MAGFest, I do a lot of video work. So sometimes I feel like at the past couple of MAGFests, I've just been recording the fun times instead of actually enjoying the fun times. This MAGFest, I really focused on just doing what I wanted to do and then putting camera work on the back burner, you know? Like, oh, if I have my camera on me, I'll get some video here or there. And I actually ended up shooting like 50 gigs worth of video, so I still shot a lot, but I didn't get stressed out about it. So that was a good balance of capturing the moments and also experiencing the moments. So I had a really good time with that. I also did a lazy cosplay, and I didn't actually make my cosplay, but I bought my cosplay.
Just like the pros. Just like the pros.
Hey, you bought that cosplay? It's yours.
I bought that cosplay. I wore that Kigurumi. It was so comfortable.
One
It got
of us.
You're basically Jessica Nigiri?
It got a little bit warm,
Redacted.
but it was super comfy, and I felt like, yeah, I'm walking around as a Pokemon at MAGFest. This couldn't be more appropriate. One thing I want to do better at the next MAGFest, I've always thought about doing this, is like, I love playing my electric guitar, but I always end up bringing an acoustic. Next MAGFest, I want to go full rock star, dude, and I want to bring my electric, and I want to invest some money into a portable amp that I can wear on my back or on my belt or something. And I just want to walk around and be a rock star, you know? I want people to hear,
Oh, they're gonna force you into the jam spaces though.
fuck the jam space, dude. I'm going to stand in, like, you know, some random spot and just play a solo and then have, like,
No,
maybe...
they had it open to everybody. There were plenty of people walking around playing instruments, so you'll be fitting in.
Like, music is so important to my life, honestly more than gaming is. So I usually focus more on the gaming aspect of MAGFest, but the music part is very important to me as well. So I would love to share more music with people at the next MAGFest, ideally. And yeah, that's what I want to do. Pitfalls, probably the worst part of this MAGFest for me. I don't know, it went by very fast, and I feel like I slept too much. That was probably my biggest mistake. But yeah, I don't know. I want to do more things, play more music.
Play more music. Bigger
Yeah.
focus on music.
Totally.
All right, Randy, next year, yay or nay?
Of course, yay.
All
I
right.
don't know.
What were the highlights this year? What were the pitfalls? And what are you going to do differently next year?
This year, as I already said, I really wanted to be focused on going to room parties for people I didn't necessarily know. Just wanted to go to like the biggest parties that were there, and I think I did that. I think I got into the good ones. So I think that Friday night was probably my highlight. The Friday night was my highlight. My regrets were probably getting really drunk on Thursday and on Saturday and on Wednesday. But, well, only when I really embarrassed myself. So mostly Thursday, a little bit of Saturday. So I'm just going to try to... I'll probably do nothing different, honestly. That's just something I'm going to have to come to terms with. I'm going to drink a lot and embarrass myself. Maybe I'm going to work on feeling better about being an ass, I guess.
All right, Nelson, next year, yay or nay?
For MAGFest, it's a big yay year.
What were the highlights for you this year, the pitfalls, and what are you going to do differently for next year?
Highlights were going to the Chip Rave and house parties, well, room parties.
Yeah.
MAGFest is my home. No, those were big highlights for me. Getting to see people that I've known on like SoundCloud and seen on YouTube, or heard in video games like Super Hexagon. I heard Chipsell. It was cool seeing her actually play live. roaming with other people. The game room, all the rhythm games were pretty cool, even though some of them had like long lines. It was still good to be in that environment, if you will.
What were the pitfalls?
Pitfalls were, I think, just kind of gathering people. I mean, meeting up with people, that was kind of an issue.
Not being able to get back in the room because you had to get someone's code.
Yeah. I mean, it's just... Yeah. I mean, it's just meeting with different people at different times. You know, syncing with other people was kind of an issue. Even though everybody had their own thing going on and it was pretty freeform. I mean, you had your own agenda also, trying to meet up with people.
All right. Anything different for next year?
I think probably one is I think I want to try out that jam pod space.
You're gonna set up.
I think me, Rich, probably do a little tag team set because they got before they had spaces where you could just jam out and set up, but now they have actual designated zones for DJs
out in the Gaylord,
in the hallways.
And a lot of people there were kind of trash.
Oh,
yeah. I mean,
I won't say they're trash. I would say that they catered to a very small specific audience. Yeah.
So next year is also a yay for me. MAGFest is a very open, welcoming experience, and that is the high for me. I don't go with any particular plan in mind, and I do rely a lot on what my friends are doing to join in. Whenever there's a downtime, I just look for the people I know, and I go for particular zones that I know I'm going to meet others. And I don't like making plans ahead of time. I like the Spontaneity. Thank you. Spontaneity of MAGFest. The Pokemon League was also another highlight because I was surrounded by people that like doing the same thing. I was able to battle them, which is something I don't get to do throughout the year because I'm busy or don't feel like going and playing online. Prefer the in-person battles. Pitfalls for me were because I don't have a plan, I have to rely on others to find a plan, and it can be rough to get in contact with people, and it does get annoying to try and find others, and you're kind of reliant on others, and it makes me feel less independent, and that was the major pitfall. That at times I was kind of bored looking for something, and I was having difficulty finding it, but 5 minutes would pass by and then I would find it. Yeah. So for next year, I think the major changes are going to be making a few more dedicated plans to maybe be in the party room more and say that's when I'm going to be there and that's when I'm going to make fun for myself, and whoever's there to enjoy it, great. If not, well, you can catch the footage later. All right. Now thank you very much for joining us on Red Panda Podcast. We have been busy throughout this whole thing playing with Paul's snake, Job. So we're going to go and continue playing with Job. Thank you very much for listening and look forward to more content from the Red Panda Party channel. Thank you very much. Say bye, guys.
Thanks.
Goodbye.
Bye. Thanks for listening. I love you.
Fuck.
Ah.
Almost.
Woo!